everyone, can you see me better now? I was trying to find a way to see you a little bit better. But today, my name is Cheryl, first of all. My name is Cheryl Fisher, and I am here to show you a little friend of mine, but talk about, how you can see these friends out in nature. So here I am, and bear with me, it's just me today. So here I am in the Nature Center, which is closed currently, but one of my favorite things to do is to look out the window here and look at all the different birds we have at the feeder. So wonderful things that you can do at your home is actually put up a feeder, and you can see wildlife in your own backyard. So the best way to have birds in your backyard is to put those feeders up 8 feet away from any kind of structure. So right now I see mourning doves and some late juncos and of course some squirrels and some chipmunks. I have a little junco coming in now. The towhees are back, and let me see, what else did I see down there? Right now there's mourning doves. I haven't seen any hummingbirds yet, but I'm going to show you other birds that we have here. Hello, there's 5 of you out here. If you guys leave comments, hopefully I can see them and I can answer them. But I'm going to show you a little friend that we have here today. And if you want, I have a little craft for you guys as well. So today we're going to talk about owls. Now I know Miss Erin talked about owls. I'll show you a little friend that we have. So our little friend actually has many cousins that are here, that do live here at Cedar Run, but they live in the wild in New Jersey. So we have many species of owls here in New Jersey. Hello. Now this is a great horned owl. So these are the largest species that we have here. And you may have seen Rambler online. You may have seen Houdini or Athena. So they are the great horned owls. And these guys have those beautiful ear tufts and this white throat patch and these great big yellow eyes. I think I heard Rachel talking about them earlier in the week as well. So these are the largest species that we have. Now this little guy, he's not too little. This is, anybody know what kind this is? Anyone? So these guys are really unique, not really a true owl either. So these guys, you can see their legs as they stand. When you see the great horned owl, you see no legs, you just see those little toes down there. But they do have legs, they just have a lot of feathers to help cover them up and keep them warm. But this guy here, anybody know what kind of owl this is? This is a barn owl. So some kids, we have one here, they tend to say he has a monkey face, or he has this heart-shaped face, and it looks like he has an exceptionally long beak. But it really is just this feather structure that they have on their face, and this is called a facial disc. And that facial disc actually helps capture sound so they can find their prey when they're out in the woods. So these guys like to, barn owls, they like to nest in barns, but they love to look at those open fields. There you go. And now it says, we are live. So here we go. That is Duster the barn owl. So Duster, if you see him out in the enclosure, you'll see that he has those razor sharp talons, and he tends to bend down to his toes, and he likes to shake his head. He likes to go like this, and he shakes his head a little bit, and that's just called a dusting behavior. So that just means this is my house, and you can't live here. So this is a barn owl. Hello, Erin. I'm waving at you. Now, this looks a lot bigger than that barn owl, but it's not. This is the second smallest owl that we have here in New Jersey, and this is the one that I'm going to show you today. So while they have great big eyes, perfect for searching for prey at night, because these guys are truly nocturnal, hunting in the darkness of night because they're very, very small. So I'm going to show you guys, you know, this picture looks really big, but it's not. You're going to be really amazed to find out the actual size of this animal. Now, an additional owl that we have here in New Jersey is this one. Now, this one doesn't say who, it does say who cooks for you and who cooks for you all. Does anybody know what kind of owl this is? Anybody want to? Erin's out there. Maybe Erin wants to pick or name this little guy. Do you know what this is? So this is a barred owl, a B-A-R-R-E-D owl. And it's because they have these lines that look like bars. Oh, good job, Erin. Way to go on that one. So this is a barred owl because of the bars on its belly. It has these stripes. Now, this one is slightly smaller than, actually quite a bit smaller than our great horned owl friend. Like I said, you might have seen Rambler, or you might have seen Houdini or Athena, but these guys are bigger. So these guys weigh about 1.5 pounds, while these guys can weigh around 4. So just they're light and fluffy because of their feathers. And of course they have those chambered bones, which makes them very, very light. And these guys have extremely dark eyes too, which I think are a really neat characteristic. Now, all of these owls, they do eat meat, and they only eat meat. So here I am at the Nature Center, and I am getting ready to feed our owls as well. So even though our Nature Center is closed, we have several animals here that still need to eat. So I'm glad I get to share some of my experiences with you guys. And I guess you guys might want to see an owl today. What do you guys think? Give me a thumbs up at least. Let me know you're out there. So how would you like to meet my friend? I'll introduce her as soon as I take her out. Well, hello there. Here we go. Hi. So here we go. You want to say hi? So this is Gemma. Everybody say hello, Gemma. You see she's turning her head. You gonna fix your wing for me? Thank you. So this is Gemma. She is looking at me. She's not looking at you. And like I said, she's much smaller than that picture. So let me find that picture. I know, and I'm gonna try not to scare her with it because it does look like a great big owl. So is Rachel and Erin. Oh, look, Erin says hello, Gemma. So here's that picture of Gemma. And here's Gemma. So on the camera, actually, she looks pretty big. Where are you going? You're being silly. So I try not to scare her. And did you guys hear anything? Actually, she was flapping. The only thing I heard was my glove. So a really neat characteristic of owls is that they are silent hunters. But you can see, maybe she's kind of looking at herself. And of course, there's a great big turkey under her. And she's taken a look around. She's just really aware of her surroundings. But Gemma came to us many years ago. Hey, Jim, how are you? She came to our animal hospital many years ago, and she was either pushed out of a nest by a larger sibling. Oh, we got hearts and thumbs. Thank you, guys. And Gemma, you like my laptop? Yeah. So Gemma came to us with an injured wing. So it's sad when we can't release an animal. That is our mission, is to get them back out into the wild. But you can see that she has this wing injury over here. What are you looking at? You never know what they can see. So as you may have seen, some of our animals are compromised as far as sight. But Gemma really, she has excellent eyesight. It's just she can't Hi, what are you doing? She just can't fly and hunt successfully. So being a carnivore and a predator, if she can't actually hunt successfully, she wouldn't do very well out in the wild. So she was very young, hi, when we found out that she could not hunt because she came to us as a baby owl. Yes, she is looking at the turkey. I'm trying to cover up the turkey. There is the turkey. She said, oh my goodness, what is that turkey? So there is a very large bird in a box underneath, and I have it covered up. And she's also looking at herself, and I think that's making her a bit nervous. I know. I didn't think that the turkey would be a thing. I guess we've never had her in here. But she's looking around. Of course, there's a couple of things on this side of the nature center that she's probably never experienced. She could if she only was 100 times larger. Yes, and I have it blocked with all of the pictures, so I even hid these pictures from her. But all of these pictures are now covering a table cover for that turkey that is underneath the little glass table. What? It's just a turkey. It's okay. Turkeys don't eat owls. But, hey Karen, but turkeys are very beneficial. So they eat bugs. So we need to have turkeys around, okay? But Gemma here, she eats rodents and little toads and maybe some large moths. You can see she has those razor sharp talons as well. So she can actually catch prey as she's flying around out there. You're being very good. I do really appreciate that, Gemma. And you can see that she has this rusty red color. She's looking at herself now. I know, that was another owl. What was that? So Gemma here, she has this rusty red color, but we have many different colors of these types of owls, these eastern screech owls that live here in the state. So we have gray ones and these mottled brown ones, and they all have this really, she definitely is watching herself now, guys. She definitely sees another owl there. Who is that? That's just too darn cute for me. But she's going to change her shape as well. So she's going to kind of show how these guys survive out in the wild. So they can make themselves short and fluffy and a little chubby, or they can stand up real tall. So right now she has her ear tufts tucked back. You're just being silly. I know. So their ear tufts, they have these ear tufts that sit way up here. But she can actually put them back and she can spread them out. But right now, because she sees another owl, she's just trying to figure out what's going on. And should she hide a little bit? Hi, Heather. I see you out there. Hey, Karen. Long time no see. I know. She is really adorable. Now, you can see that she also has that facial disc. So you guys see that she has that ring around her face. And that's so she can actually hear sound better. So she can hear across the horizon. So she has one ear that sits up here and one ear that sits down here. And she can actually triangulate prey. I know. You're doing a really great job. Thank you. You really are. You've never seen a turkey before, have you? No. So she can actually hear above the horizon and below the horizon. You can, because they hunt mostly by hearing. So fortunately, when owls do come into our animal hospital, sometimes we do see them with injuries to their eyes, and we can actually release one-eyed owls, because although their eyesight is excellent, I know, you're doing well. Yes, it's just a turkey. It's just a turkey. And there's no other owl there. But she can definitely see really far away. It's like you guys being able to read a magazine on the goalpost of a football field if you were standing the other goalpost. So they're pretty amazing animals. And I know I heard Rachel and Miss Erin talking about how strong. So she's just really standing on me. She's using me like a tree. And she still has 500 pounds per square inch in her grip. Now, we only have about 100. Now, these guys can squeeze their prey about 5 times more than we can. I know. Now, another adaptation that they kind of have these feathers around their nose. And they're like whiskers. So I don't know if you guys can see them. Oh, she saw that thing again. It's not there, I promise. So you might be able to see that she has those whiskers, and those are actually called bristle feathers. I'm not sure if you can see them. Can you see? Yeah? She's looking around. So you can see that shape of the feathers and how they can actually scoop up that sound. I think that's pretty neat. I know, you're doing so well. Does anybody have any questions for my friend Gemma? Anybody out there? Oh, thank you, Erin. It's definitely hard talking to yourself. So let's see. What do you see? Oh, she just changed her shape a little bit again, which is really neat. So if you ever wanted to go outside and observe these guys out in the wild. Oh, she came to us a few years back. Hi, yes, about 7 or 8 years ago. She came to us. Hello, Lori. She came to our animal hospital as an injured brancher or an injured nesting owl. So she was still in the nest as a baby. And when she came to us, she had this injury to her wrist over here. And when you turn your wrist like this, just think of all those bones that are in your wrist. It is a tough injury to heal from. But unfortunately, we thought that she was going to be a releasable owl. And she had surgery on that wing, but she doesn't have full extension from that wing. And she's not able to hunt. So if she's not able to hunt, she's not able to survive out in the wild. Oh, thank you, Jim. She is not the smallest owl in New Jersey. So even though she only weighs about 3 ounces, so you can see how big my hand is, she only weighs about 3 ounces. And the smallest owl in New Jersey is actually called the saw-whet owl, S-A-W-W-H-E-T, the saw-whet owl. You're doing very good, Gemma. And you can see she's doing that head turn. So you can see she can turn her head really far. She cannot turn it all the way around because, of course, that would cut off her blood supply. So, oh, is that turkey again? Is that turkey again? Sorry. I'm sorry. Now, she can turn her head about 270 degrees or about 3/4 of the pizza around. Now, the way that they are doing that is because, one, their eyeballs are just too big for their heads. And I do have an artifact here. I have an artifact. So this artifact shows you just how big their eye sockets are and how much room their eyes actually take up in their head. So even though that's just a 2-dimensional view, it goes deep into their head. So they don't have enough room in their head for muscles for their eyes. So you'll never see her look up or down or side to side or all around. But you will see her swivel her head around. And that's because she has twice as many vertebrae in her neck than we do. Does anybody know how many vertebrae we actually have in our neck as humans? I know you know the answer because we do this all the time. Do you want to tell them? Yeah. So she has 7 vertebrae in her neck. No, I have 7 vertebrae in my neck. She actually has twice as many. She changed her because she just saw people walking around outside. I think that's pretty neat. And of course, there's birds at the bird feeder. She just saw that. So now she has her ear tufts up. So she has, I'm sorry. So she has 14 bones in her neck. We have 7. Hi, I know. Oh, thank you, Barbara. Feel free to come and visit the animals and walk the trails. We're still here, and with 171 acres, there's plenty of room to social distance. Even the staff here, so when we're out there, we're making sure that we're protecting ourselves, and when we work at the animal hospital, we are also protecting ourselves from each other. Let's see. No, that's a good one, Jennifer. So these guys are actually very alert during the day because these guys are prey for larger animals. So just think of raccoons, and even a squirrel might eat meat or just take the eggs or look for food. So they are very alert. So when we're thinking about nocturnal animals, these are animals that are very active at night, but during the day, I kind of like to think of it as us watching Netflix, you know, at 11 o'clock at night. You know, we are diurnal animals, but we do stay awake at night. So even though it's dark out, we aren't quite as active, but we're very alert. I hope that helps. But she gets fed this time of day. She is one of our educators that goes off site. So she's used to the schedule. I know. And when I did take her out today, she was not sleeping. She was very alert, and she was kind of bopping around. Yeah, she was kind of bopping around talking to her neighbor, Nazar, who is a gray morph. Jennifer, you're very welcome. Feel free to ask anything. I'm just sitting here by myself with an owl. So any little comments, it really does help. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So Gemma, do you want to show them something else? No? Of course, we can put you on. We can just have a Gemma cam 24 hours a day. I think everybody would love that, just to see what these guys actually do during the day. Now, the best way to see these out in the wild is just really to sit still. These guys are nesting right now, and some of the babies are even hatching. Yes. Do you want to see what a baby owl looks like? I don't have a baby owl. So even though this one is a very small bird, she is not a baby. Now, I did bring a little example. So we have these little eggs, of course, Easter. So Gemma would have hatched out of an egg probably about half this size. Now, I heard Miss Erin. Oh, yes, we do. So we have, so do you still have the owl who has the brain injury? So we do have Nazar, which is one that's similar to her. It is, he is gray, or she is gray, I should say. And Squam was our barred owl. He is no longer with us. He lived a good long life with us, and we do miss him very much. If you come, oh, Jim, does she talk? She actually doesn't, but she makes a really incredible sound. Should I do it? I'm terrible at it. But this owl doesn't say who either. This one actually sounds like a little horse. So when they're out there, they kind of sound like this. Woo! Woo! Yeah, was that good? She said that one was good. So it's not a who, it's not a who, 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 who. It's just a little bit of whining. Oh, thanks for the heart there. But if you want to come and see the animals and walk the trails, you can just leave a donation in the box if you have a donation box of some sort. Yes, we do have a donation box on both sides. So feel free to, we do check that periodically as well, because we still have hospital staff, and we still come over here to the nature center to check on the animals. She does have a little enclosure. She has a box with a small hole in her enclosure, and she really doesn't spend a lot of time in there. So these guys, hello, I know. These guys actually spend a lot of time out in their enclosure. They're very comfortable there, but out in the wild, they would normally just tuck up underneath the eaves or live in crevices and trees. So as Miss Erin and Rachel were talking about owls earlier this week, they're terrible nest builders. So they just like to find those little holes. She is only about 3 ounces. So she is all feathers and she can tuck up into the tiniest little spaces. And you probably did meet Gemma at Duffield's farm. So hi back, right? She met you. She said she met you at Duffield's farm. Yeah, so Gemma is one of our very popular educators. And hi Blair, nice to see you. But Gemma here, she hatched out of a little egg. And I know Miss Erin was talking about, you know, how birds hatch out of eggs. I think that was yesterday, Erin. You were doing the what's in an egg. And when they hatch out of the eggs, they aren't fluffy at all. They're just covered in skin. Did you want to see what's in the egg? They're just covered in skin. And then very soon they tend to fluff up and they grow their downy feathers. It's just a cotton ball, my dear. So they grow their downy feathers and that keeps them warm right away. But you can see Gemma here. She has many layers of feathers, and that actually helps incubate the babies after they've hatched. Now, owl babies grow very, very fast. So a screech owl baby will reach its adult size at about 3 months old. I know, you've been this big since you were 3 months old. Absolutely incredible, Gemma. So today, I was going to provide you with a little idea for all of you guys out there with the kids at home. I'm a teacher too, so for those of you guys that don't know, hi Blair. For those of you that don't know, I teach high school, and I too am teaching from home, and I know how difficult it is trying to entertain the masses with kids at home. So while I don't have these guys at home, at least you guys can visit us at 2 every day, and except for Sundays. And today I actually wanted to provide you with an owl baby craft because we have, it's the squirrel. There was a squirrel that just ran by. So she was like, wow, too big for you, my dear. And so one little thing that I did, this, I don't know if you guys can see it. So I went around and I found, how cute is this, Courtney? So I found a little pine cone. So the pine cones around here are a little bit prickly. And that's just one of the characteristics they have of these pitch pines. And it's a lot of fun to actually make, yes, Heather, there was a squirrel. Don't worry, she's not gonna eat the squirrels. Hey, there you go. Do you like the owl baby? So you can kind of see, they would have their owl babies. And I'm gonna put her away and I'm gonna show you how to do this. It's really not hard. So you wanna say goodbye to everybody? Yeah? Anybody have any more questions for Gemma while I have her here? No? There you go. Oh, isn't she just the sweetest? Yeah, you like the owl baby? Right now she is exhibiting nesting behaviors though. They do get these seasonal habits, but she doesn't lay eggs and she doesn't have a partner, so she's not gonna breed here. And I think she has a feather in her eye because I can see it on my camera. What do you see out there? We can just do 24-hour Gemma cam because she is just so photogenic. All right, I'm gonna put her away and I'll be right back. I know, you're a good girl. Thank you. Aw. So, I'm gonna show you 2 ways to do this. All right, so I've got a couple of things here. Bear with me. It's not easy doing these things. So with this one's really easy. You're just going to, I like this little guy on the branch. And for those of you that like to do Christmas decorations early, or these could be good light poles, you can just take the little cotton and you just grab a hold. And you don't need glue or anything. So for those of you that don't like, oh, thanks, Kathy. Oh, Yeah, these are great when you do it with your niece. So when you're making these little, it's not easy. So you just kind of squish it in there. You just need one little cotton ball. And if you have googly eyes, of course you can use googly eyes. But I just cut out a little piece of paper to put for its little nose. And then, I know some of you guys out there have been hoarding these, so you have plenty of them. How about these toilet paper rolls? You guys have these? I know somebody does. So hold on to them because they make excellent crafts. So all I did here, these turn into a whole woodland forest if you choose to. So you just kind of squish the ends and look at that. You have instant ear tufts right here, instant ear tufts. So this, I didn't bring my markers out. Of course I didn't. So this can then become a fox. It could become an owl. It could become a raccoon. And I like to, and you can just decorate it. You can add things to them. They're just perfect for everything. And then you can even cut little holes in the bottom to stick little fingers through. Oh, Jackie, thank you. This is a wonderful place to come and visit. So you can just kind of stick your fingers through. I know I'm not doing a great job here, guys, but kids are so creative, so let them get into this. So you can see that their fingers are much smaller than mine. Jackie, we're still here. Feel free to come visit the animals. So you can make a little finger puppet, and let's see. I can make a beak. And then instantly, if I wanted to change my beak into a raccoon or a fox. Who doesn't love a fox? I love foxes. So if you wanted to turn it into a little fox, you just give him a little nose and some whiskers. Just give him a little and little whiskers, and you've got yourself your own little owl or your little fox, or you can make it a little ghost, and you guys have your own little animal here. But if you guys have any additional questions, or if you wanted to come and visit us, like I said, we're here, and you guys can just leave a donation in the box. We'll be doing these little talks at 2, Tales at 2, Monday through Friday, and then my Saturday surprises are really based on what the weather is like and how my service is. I tried it on the laptop today. It's not working. And I know Facebook is trying something new. And we don't have service out here because we're in the middle of 171 protected acres here at Cedar Run. So just know that we still have this beautiful habitat out here. There you go. You don't have to come inside to enjoy it. And like I said, we're still here and we're still caring for the animals, and our animal hospital is still working very hard to care for the wildlife that comes into our hospital every day. So do you guys have any more questions for us? Hi, Richard and Pam. Jackie, we're still here. So I hope you guys come and visit us. We are still here. Here's our bear friend. All right, thank you so much, and we hope to see you soon. Feel free to leave any kind of questions and comments. I'll make sure that I try to answer all the questions as they come in. Oh, thank you, Sandy. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful weekend and stay healthy.